guys, some wacky shit went down in Carolina this week, and we got to get to the bottom of it. First of all, we got to do PJ Walker, because somehow in an offense so inept Baker Mayfield could get nothing out of it. PJ Walker turned in not only a really high PFF grade, but like incredible productivity stats as well. So let's see what happened. Let's see if it was deserved, if he got served up some gimmies. I watched bits and pieces of this game, but I legitimately don't know. And have no fear, we'll do Tom Brady just as soon as I'm finished. So snap one, play action drop back, and the Buccaneers just busted this coverage. So this cornerback right here, 27, is supposed to stay down here with him. That's proper. But Antoine Winfield's supposed to carry over on this corner route. He doesn't and gets beat. That's a good throw, not quite a great throw because it took an adjustment by the receiver to make the catch. But downfield, very catchable. Good throw. Should have been caught. Should have been caught. The fact that Terrence Marshall drops this is the kind of travesty that we've grown accustomed to watching the Panthers this year. A lot of hoopla while they figure out that that was indeed a very obvious drop. All right, so on the first drive, PJ Walker had the one really nice throw, but mostly they sheltered him. Let's see what happens on drive two. All right, so they came out running on first down, and here they hit a nice little short out against... They're picking on number 27 a lot, the Buccaneers' reserve corner. Look how far off the Buccaneers' corners are lining up pre-snap. That's a 10-yard cushion, and this is something Todd Bowles does a lot, but it plays directly into the hands of this Ben McAdoo dink and dunk offense. I would, again, haven't watched this game yet, but I would expect that PJ Walker is going to rack up completion percentage and yardage. Just, there's another one. Those tiny little throws. Totally routine, totally pedestrian as far as our grading metrics go, but effective. And if you can hit them often enough, you're going to move the ball down the field. Oh, honestly, that really sucks that they came up a yard short. They should have gone for it too. But alas, on to drive three. The Panthers are coming out running 3 straight runs to open up drive three. And look at that, make it 4. Definitely going to be, yep, false start on the offense there. With trickeration comes great fuckery. Finally, they'll let PJ Walker pass, and it's just a tiny screen. You know what that is. We'll call it mundane, because we don't like saying pedestrian that often. Now this third down throw, far from mundane. It's about 20 yards downfield. It's a pot shot. He's fitting it between this low zone corner and this over-the-top safety in cover 2. Very nice. Well, you know what? We'll give that a grade, because we're going to be generous today. The PJ Walker is not a quarterback I'm high on, so we take every opportunity we can to give him an above-average grade. Yeah, it's a really savvy throw. That's a routine throw on that screen. Nothing to it. Panthers are doing, right here, again, they're doing a lot of work schematically to get easy throws for PJ Walker. Now, credit to him, so far we're 7 throws in, and he has not been inaccurate on any of them yet, but still looking for something a little bit more impressive. Now that's a sack on PJ Walker. Watch how this route progresses. Now, I'm going to guess that this, I haven't seen it play out, but I'm going to guess that this slot against the safety is going to run an in-breaker, and as long as you can feather it over the top of that linebacker, that's a gimme. He's got a man right here. He's got plenty of time in the pocket. That ball needs to be thrown right here. This curl is totally covered, not his fault. This curl is wide open, but I do understand that he's working from left to right, so that's a tough read. That's sacks on PJ Walker. His first negative play of the game, and it's no biggie. Quarterbacks take sacks, they shouldn't all the time. I should have just waited for this. Yeah, if PJ Walker throws the ball to this slot seam, he's got him all day. The safeties come over the left. It's a single man high, so there's no support. Right here, he's got to see your slot is going to be inside leverage open. Right here, the ball needs to be out because the linebacker's already committed. He can't tip that. Here, at the latest, it needs to be out. That's on P.J. Walker. He had a big play right there, and he missed it. Did they actually? They are punting from the 40, the plus 40. All right. Steve Wilkes, doing a great job. Drive 5, and both offenses are doing their darndest to keep the other team alive. All right, now this is a really nice play by P.J. Walker. It's a little plus move. It was a little superfluous. He didn't necessarily need to make that pocket movement, but he does anyway. And while fading left, a nice 18-yard throw to the out. That is a great throw. Borderline elite, honestly. If it was a little further downfield, if there was a little more zip on it, that would be some special stuff. But he does get the plus move. It's a very good ball. I don't know why Shaq Barrett is covering DJ Moore. That seems like a coaching flaw on the Buccaneers' part, but that's a common theme when watching Buccaneers games. Nice pocket manipulation to get that screen out. Nothing special about the throw, but the fadeaway was nice. Give him a little plus move for that. Pedestrian. Again, pedestrian. I know guys hate when I say pedestrian so often, but like by definition, most things are pedestrian. They're normal. That is not. That is an elite throw. 20 yards downfield plus the 10 yards in the end zone. That's a 30-yard throw right on the back of the end zone. That's special right there. That is a special throw. Hits him right in the tits. That's exactly what you want. Great job by P.J. Walker on that drive. He had the two very, very good throws. Arguably two elite throws. And that's how you score touchdowns. All right, drive 6 in the second half coming up next. All right, P.J. Walker does a solid job to roll left, but throws it away. It's a positive throwaway, I guess. I would like to see him try to pull that down and do something with it, especially considering how mobile he is, but graded against an average quarterback, that's a perfectly normal play to throw the ball away on. 3rd and 4. That's tough. I got to see the end zone view of that. And they're not going to give it to me. All right. Yeah, no, that's a good throw. I mean, not good, but that is an accurate throw. That is a pedestrian pass. It's 4 yards downfield. He puts it on the receiver's hands, and it's just another drop. Not P.J. Walker's fault. Again, to this point, P.J. Walker has been elite, simply because he has not yet thrown an inaccurate pass that he's actually aiming. His one incompletion was on a throwaway that I even deemed a fairly solid decision. So, drive 7 coming up. All right, drive 7 starts with a little screen. Again, I'll give him a plus movement because he changed the arm angle there. That's nice. Pedestrian throw. Another one. They're keeping this offense real simple on P.J. Walker, but that's not his fault, and it's not a detriment. And of course, when asked to transcend, he has risen above the plays and created by making excellent throws. Not so much on that drive, but on drives prior. All right, so that's a bad throw. Even if that's caught, that's a bad throw. He was late. It was low. He threw it into double coverage. Yeah, that was not caught. That's justice. Sorry for the bird in the background. That's another bad throw. It looks like the real P.J. Walker may be standing up. 3rd and 10. Just spamming these running back screens. Should have done this a little bit more often when they had McCaffrey. But that is a pedestrian throw with a plus move. And would you look at that? A punt. All right, I'm losing track, but I think this is drive 9, and it starts off with a plus move. That's a bad throw, but an even worse play by the defensive back not to drive on the ball. So, bad throw, plus move. I know it was caught, at least arguably. I'm so glad they're showing us the players bullshitting instead of the actual play. But that is extremely poor extremely poor ball skills by the defensive back, 35 there. He absolutely needs to be driving on that ball, and frankly, probably should have picked it. We're not going to call it a pickable because we're being generous, but that was bad. And of course, Dante Foreman is going to make sure that none of it matters at all with a huge run, and I'm pretty sure on the next play, there is a run up the middle by Chuba Hubbard for pay dirt. There it is. This is where the game starts to get out of hand, and it starts to get real depressing if you're a Tom Brady fan like myself. Dare I say we go to drive 10? All right, the Panthers think they have this game just about sewn up, and they don't want to blow it, so they're going to come out running the ball, and that has nothing to do with P.J. Walker. Volume of passing attempts typically is somewhat indicative of how confident a coach is in their quarterback's play, but here they just want to end this game as quickly as fucking possible. And the way they've been running the ball, I can't blame them. But here on 3rd and 11, they're forced to pass. P.J. Walker goes downfield. And would you look at that? Notice that once again, they are picking on whoever this number 27 is, this backup corner. And number 32, I think that's Keanu Neal. The Bucs secondary is bad, so you're going to get open players. But it's up to the quarterback to hit the open man. And P.J. Walker hit the open man there. We're going to call that throw elite. It was very deep downfield. It was technically double coverage, even if it was really, really shitty double coverage. But this corner route was not the easiest to throw. Give P.J. Walker his due. It looks like we're dealing with a really, really special game here. I mean, with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I'm going to be shocked if they pass the ball again. Yeah, they're not gonna. All right, so to wrap everything up, we're going to plug everything into the spreadsheet here. We got those 2 elite throws, 2 great throws, 1 solid throw, 13 pedestrian throws, 3 bad throws. Remember, one of those bad throws was probably pickable if we're being strict. But this is a backup quarterback and a start against what is supposed to be a really good defense. So we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. It's not like we're already high on P.J. Walker. He took the 1 bad sack, but he was otherwise kept really clean. He had the 1 throwaway, but it was a neutral throwaway, which is why we gave him a plus move for it. 6 plus pocket movements. He didn't run. He didn't fumble. That means his underlying metrics are 62% cheap plays, which is a really high rate. They kept the game really easy for him. They threw a lot of those screens, a lot of those quick hits and checkdowns against soft coverages. But what makes this game an A+, despite the extremely low volume, is that he was really accurate, 85.7% accuracy rate. He was really accurate on those cheap plays, and when he took shots downfield, he hit all of them. He did not miss any shots downfield. That's really hard to do. And that is why I am going to give him an A+ for this game, even though it was extremely low value or volume. And the slugging score is more akin to a B+ grade. All right, that's all I got for P.J. Walker. Hopefully next week, his showdown with Mariota, there's a little bit more passing on both sides of the ball, just for grading purposes, but also because I think it lends itself to a Falcons win. Until next time, please bet on football games. As a YouTuber, I'm supposed to say like and subscribe. And I'm also going to throw a link of the Tom Brady breakdown I do right over here on my right. I just want to make this abundantly clear. While P.J. Walker played really well, I don't think that it's predictive, and I don't think it's indicative of how he would play going forward. I don't even think it's indicative of how he would play going forward in that same game against the Buccaneers had he thrown the ball more and thrown the ball more downfield. As I stated earlier, it was a really high rate of cheap plays, lots of easy stuff to hit, screens, quick hitters, etc. And I don't think that he would have fared so well had the Panthers asked him to throw downfield more often. Additionally, we've seen Baker Mayfield this season, in fact, in his last game, play better, higher quality football at a higher degree of difficulty against a better defense.
If you're confused by that, go watch the Week 5 breakdown I did on Baker Mayfield versus the 49ers. It was much larger volume, much fewer cheap plays, extremely high degree of difficulty, and he balled the fuck out. Were it not for, I think, 9 drops in that game, his stat line would have looked magnificent, and they probably would have beaten the 49ers, which is a lot more impressive than beating this absolute debacle of a Buccaneers team right now. So on one hand, congrats to PJ Walker. On the other hand, I don't think that this performance should supplant Baker Mayfield, though I know that it will, at least in the short term. I wouldn't be surprised at all if next week PJ Walker looks overwhelmed against an undermanned and understaffed Falcons secondary. If you think that I'm crazy, again, here on the left is going to be the link to the Baker Mayfield Week 5 video. Go ahead and watch. You disagree? Tell me where. It's kind of hard to disagree with this PJ Walker game. He didn't miss. He really didn't miss. Until next time, thanks for watching.